भारतीय जनता पार्टी, क्योंकि उनकी सरकार है तो स्वाभाविक है ये बजट को अच्छा बताएगी, लेकिन उन्हें देखना चाहिए इस राजधानी के आसपास और पूरे देश के किसान धरने पर हैं या कहीं न कहीं इस धरने से जुड़े हुए किसान हैं। आखिरकार इस बजट ने उन तमाम किसानों के लिए क्या दिया है जो बैठ करके एमएसपी मांग रहे हैं, और वही भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो हमेशा ये कहते रही कि हम आय दोगुनी करेंगे। क्या इस बजट के माध्यम से किसानों की आय दोगुनी हो रही है? जहां तक इकोनॉमी को आगे बढ़ाने का सवाल था, लगातार हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था नीचे गई है। जब से नोटबंदी हुई, अर्थव्यवस्था को धक्का लगा, उससे ज्यादा धक्का लगा जीएसटी को लागू करने से। बाद में कोविड आ गया। जो अर्थशास्त्री हैं, जो जागरूक लोग हैं, वो यही मानते थे कि ये जो बजट आएगा ये कहीं ना कहीं हमारा डिमांड क्रिएट करेगा, और बाजार में जब तक डिमांड क्रिएट नहीं होगी आपकी अर्थव्यवस्था आगे नहीं बढ़ेगी।
देखिए, हमारी सबसे बड़ी जो जरूरत है कि इकोनॉमी बूस्ट हो, लोगों को नौकरियां मिलें, इंडस्ट्री प्रोग्रेस करे और देश जो है वो आगे चले। वो तब होगा जबकि बजट में इतना रकम रखा जाएगा जिससे कि हम लोग फिर से आगे देख सकें। नहीं तो इकोनॉमिक डिप्रेशन इतना ज्यादा है कि कल का पता नहीं लगता कि कल आएगा भी या नहीं। दैट इज द सिचुएशन।
She deceived those who were listening to her speech, especially the members of parliament, who had no clue that she had imposed cesses on a large number of products, including petroleum and diesel. Rupees 2.5 on petrol per litre and rupees 4 on diesel per litre is a cruel blow to the average citizen, including the farmers. It was a vengeful act against the thousands of farmers who took out the longest tractor rally in history. It was also a cruel blow to federalism because the states do not get a share of the revenue from cesses. There are other important matters that the FM did not mention in her speech. For example, she did not mention defense at all, as if the Chinese had vacated occupied Indian territory. She did not mention that defense expenditure in 2021-22 will see no rise. It is flat at rupees 3,47,088 crore, almost the same as the rupees 3,43,822 crore in the current year. Nothing was mentioned about providing liberal, low-interest loans, working capital, or moratorium. Nothing will be done to revive closed units or to recover the millions of jobs that were lost. The FM seems to be unaware that thousands of MSMEs, especially micro and small units, have been closed permanently. A meager sum of rupees 20,000 crore has been set apart for recapitalization of public sector banks when the requirement is several times more. At the same time, the government intends to privatize 2 PSBs. The intent of the government is clear. Let the PSBs bleed slowly so that they can all be privatized in the short term. Let us see the reaction of the public to this unconcealed desire to sell off all public sector banks. The tax reliefs and the tweaking of provisions of the tax laws completely bypassed the tax-paying working class and the tax-paying middle class. Each one of the measures announced by the FM will benefit only the taxpayers among the richer classes. There was no cut in GST rates. The mess of multiple rates remains. The saga of protectionism continues. Customs duties have been increased on a number of items in the wrong belief that a stiffer dose of protectionism will help Indian industry.